Welcome to the stream, everybody. The moment is here. We're about to get this deep dive into Pink Diamond Dwayne Wade. Find out if he is as good as the people say he is. We got a lot of good cards in this set. Jimmy Butler being one of them, and I'm very curious to see between him and Dwayne Wade which should actually make your elite lineups. So Dwayne Wade's primary competition is Brandon Roy. He's really looking for the backup 2 spot, or he's looking to be in the 1 guard spot with Derrick Rose, but you're just giving up on the playmaking badges. So for him to give up on those playmaking badges, which I do think is something you can do, he has to be super amazing at everything else. So first, let's go into his badges and just get a quick overview. So he's 6'4", just over the average height for elite PGs in the game. Most of them are 6'3". He's 6 in terms of the ones with range extender. He's 6'4". So the main thing about Dwayne Wade, first and foremost, is he's an excellent shot blocker. Excellent shot blocker. He's got Hall of Fame clamps. He's got the pogo stick, tireless defender, the chase down artist, that magical badge, defensive leader, heart crusher, interceptor, and gold intimidator. This is what people think. Clamps is the only important defensive badge. Guys, that is not true. Intimidator is just as good as clamps. It's just not as vital as clamps. The problem is if you don't have clamps, your lateral quickness is actually lower. People have done tests on this. I'm going to trust the test from what I've seen the footage of. Your lateral quickness is lower, and you're not going to get the body up animations, but Intimidator also changes animations, and it is so effective. So as we get towards the top of the meta, guards that don't have Intimidator are going to be looked at as inferior to guards that do have Intimidator, and he has Intimidator. All right, so he has 15 playmaking badges, none of them being passing badges, which is super strange for Dwayne Wade. Well, none of them being dimer, which is weird for Dwayne Wade because he's an excellent playmaker. But downhill, pretty irrelevant because he's a very fast character already, and you can't go over 99 speed. Hall of Fame floor general, which is excellent. That's excellent. This kind of helps the fact that he doesn't have dimer, because it is boosting those ratings. Most cards that don't have dimer also don't have floor general, but he has Hall of Fame floor general. So that's huge, because if he's not making the pass, then he's just as effective as any other point guard in terms of being a floor leader. It's just more of a scoring guard. He's literally a combo guard, right? Needle threader, huge badge. Needle threader, you can go to the rim and pass out. And here's a tip, guys, for those who don't know. This also affects when you do hop steps and pass out, and that's huge because hop steps have always been a way to get people to commit, and now that the hop step is really overpowered, it's even more of an issue. Ankle breaker, massively buffed badge, massively buffed. I see it in every game mode. I see it in Park, I see it in Triple Threat Online. This badge is taking effect a lot. The fact that he has this badge is huge. So I was talking about bailout when I was talking about needle threader. Bailout is the one that allows you to pass out of the hop shot. Needle threader makes it so your passes don't get picked off as much when people are playing passing lanes. He's got flashy passer, which is a badge I've actually started to use more and more when I know someone's wide open to get them into takeover. Handles for days, lob city. Space creator, which is another one. So this character is cracking ankles. Like, this character can really boogie on you if he has the right animations. All right, let's get to the shooting badges. Catch and shoot, not super relevant for him. Deadeye is super relevant for him. So is difficult shots. So is quick draw, tireless, volume, flexible, green machine, hot start, hot zone. He has every good shooting badge at a very high level, including slippery off ball for those of you running freelances and plays. All right, and of course he's going to have acrobat, contact finisher, consistent finisher, fancy footwork, giant slayer, all Hall of Fame. And this is where that 6'4" height is actually an advantage, because at 6'4" going up into the trees, that Hall of Fame giant slayer is going to take effect. He's also got pro touch, relentless, cross ski. He basically has everything. You know, he has everything except dimer, which is what's really interesting about this card. Is dimer such a good badge that people are willing to write him off? But I don't write cards off based on one badge. I got to look at the whole package. So he basically nearly perfect hot zones. He's just missing one. And the main thing with him is we know his shot is really fast. So this is my first time getting a look at it myself. Oh, that's gorgeous. Oh, that's ridiculous. Oh, that's ridiculous. Okay, So when I see a shot that good, like already the shot being that good is something. So when I see that, the next thing I need to know, normally we go through a lot of the dribbles, but this is one of the most important things about the character, his hesitation into that shot. That's what makes this character possibly broken if he has it. So we're looking to see if off of this hezi, that's it. That's what we were looking for. Off the hezi, he goes right into that shot. If you learn this, this is one of the hardest cards to defend in the game. It's just too quick. You don't have enough time to get out of a screen animation, right? Like as important, you guys know I go through all of the dribbles. They're all very important, but that right there is the most important thing to learn with Dwayne Wade, is to hesitate from behind the screen, go immediately up into a green release jumper. If you master that move, this is one of the hardest cards to defend on the perimeter, period. All right, so we're going to get into his dribbles, but I cannot stress that enough. That right there is your bread and butter with this card. That is just too good. Now, he might have other forms of bread and butter. He might just be on the carbs and fats all day, but that right there, that's the thing that he has that literally no other card in the game has to that level, because his jumper is so fast and he's so fast. That hezi into that jumper is basically unguardable. It's almost like its own move. All right, so let's look at the rest of his dribbles. So we'll look at full court dribbles first before we get to the half court stuff. We got a little peek at the hezi there. So between the legs. Oh yeah, he's got really nice full court dribbles. Really nice full court dribbles. I just wanted to look at the between the legs and see how I felt branching out of it. He's very glitchy because he turns. So this is an important thing, right? You see when he does the between the legs, look at his head. See how he turns his head? This is a way you can go into rolling. You see that, how I did that? So this gives the character more options when he does his between the legs than other characters. You see that there? That makes him glitchy. So he's a glitchy character. All right. So let's look at his cross. Nice cross. Gorgeous double cross. Oh my God. Ugh. Hezi behind the back. Hezi right stick crossover. We're gonna look at a hezi between the legs and hezi left stick crossover. That's the hezi between the legs. Yeah, his between the legs puts him completely horizontal. The reason this is important is because of that stupid hezi into jumper, right? So he's completely horizontal right into that. So when he goes full court, he's one of the hardest to defend cards in the game if you use him properly, because this makes him horizontal, which sets up his best move, which is hezi into the pull-up jumper. So honestly, I paid almost 200K for this card, which what he was going for earlier in the afternoon, that's not a lot, but I know this card is going to be lower than that when people aren't awake and looking at the auction house. I was going to sell him back. I was going to make this video for you guys and sell him back, but because he has a completely cheesy broken move, I'm not sure. I have to see how good he is versus Brandon Roy before I sell this card back, because that's a lot. That's a lot. Like seriously, that's a lot. It's a lot to be able to change direction like that.
Sorry.
All right, let's look at the rest of his moves. I'm sorry I spent extra time on that, guys, but it's just worth looking into. So we're looking at his hezi left stick. Okay, so he gets a big speed burst out of his hezi left stick. It's a little glitchy. Let's look at it again. So I'm doing hesitation and left stick crossover. You see that? How he almost cancels, like he doesn't have enough animation frames. And once again, leading to my theory here that Dwayne Wade is glitchy. He's a very glitchy character. I'm leaning towards putting him at the top of the game. I'm not even kidding you, because the tools that he has are very unique. It's almost like Jimmy Butler's step back, right? Like I think if you're trying to play Jimmy like Kawhi, he's whatever. Like he's okay. He's just like a slightly worse version of Kawhi. But if you play Jimmy like Jimmy, he's a completely different character. It's like Street Fighter. You don't play Kenya like Ryu. And the same thing with Dwayne Wade. Don't play Dwayne Wade like Donovan Mitchell. They're different cards. All right, so hezi behind the back, very good, very good. Let me see if you can come to a complete stop off of that. Let me try that again. Hold on. So we're trying to do the hezi behind the back. Okay, guys, this card is ridiculous. I haven't even seen his main dribbles yet, and I can tell you just with what we've seen so far, I would already have this as one of the best cards in the game. His release is just way too fast, and I already know that his dunk animations are great from his Amethyst card, But this is a completely horizontal, almost to a total stop behind the back. He can already go left and right with the between the legs, so this gives him extra variety that other characters don't have. Yeah, I'm gonna put Dwayne Wade. I'm already leaning towards he's at the top of the meta. All right, let's look at his half spin and his hesitation explosion first. Looks great. Half spin looks good. Really quick half spin. And if you guys were paying attention, you already saw me do it. He has the behind the back teleport. This is, I mean, I have to play the Brandon Roy to see how he measures up, but this is the best 2-guard I have played because I don't have T-Mac. So I think you can play him at the 2-guard at 6'4". It's fine. He has Intimidator. He's not going to get overpowered and bullied. I don't think you have to play him at the 1, but you can play him at the 1. I would just say with this card, you're not playmaking with him. You're scoring with him. He's going to be killing. So you can put somebody like Lance or even a Magic Johnson at the 2 if you want to for matchup reasons, but if you just want, you know, a dimer on the floor. But he already has Hall of Fame floor general, so it's not like he's not helping his teammates at all. All right, let's look at his main dribble. So did you see that snatch back? That fool snatched back like it was nothing. Look at that into the shot. Like, his shot is just too fast for him not to be an S tier character, guys. He's an S tier character in my opinion. I mean, he can double cross into a completely horizontal move into Hall of Fame difficult shots. This is going to be one of my longer videos because this character has too many tools. And I'm not going to speed through the video to make it shorter and sexy for YouTube and skip some of the valuable stuff this guy can give you. He's OP. It's one of the few OP cards I've tried out. He's OP. Alright, so let's look at his dribbles. Momentum. Good fast momentum. Yeah, look at double momentum. Oh my god, do you see his head? Look how his head zigzags on his momentum, like he actually looks like he's changing direction, you know what I mean? So his momentum is S tier. God, jeez, man, I'm gonna have to keep this card. Man, I was really looking forward to getting that 200 KMT back, but now I gotta keep this card. I have to keep this card now. Wow. Okay, let's look at his, I normally don't look at this, but let's look at his momentum spin. You saw the spin move right there. Let's look at it out of momentum. Wow. And right into the shot. Like, this card is insane. Insane. Alright, let's look at his crossover behind the back. Try that again. There we go. It's solid. Out of all of the moves I've tried so far, that's the first move that's a little more mortal because his behind the back is good. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like super cheesy. Actually, it is a little cheesy. Look at the way he bounces. Okay, so when you do that move, just make sure you hold the left stick in the direction he's going so that he gives you more bounce. And it looks like he even has a killer crossover. Let me see. Yeah, he has a killer crossover. Let's look at it again. So what I'm trying to do here is just get the turbo after it. There it is. Boom. Oh, guys, this card is worth 200,000 MT. This card is worth 200,000 MT. I'm going to open up the chat in a second. I just wanted to get through a bunch of his moves first. This guy's wild. There's the behind the back teleport. He has a very good version of it. And the fact that he's an excellent finisher is, you know, just icing on the cake. This guy is bananas. So this is the kind of card that makes me disregard Dimer, right? Like, Dimer is a super great important badge. And depending on who you're running, it might be a necessary badge. But with him, you can play him with Giannis. And Giannis has Dimer. You know, maybe you want to throw Kirilenko on your squad if you want another Dimer on there. But if you're not running T-Mac and Brandon Roy, I can't think of a two-guard I would play ahead of Dwayne Wade. And for that matter, there aren't any point guards that I would personally say has this level of just tools, this arsenal of tools at his disposal. Let's look at his behind the back. That's his shooters behind the back. And this is... So he's got the glitchiest version of this because he stands almost completely still. So he can just go back and forth over and over. It's like he's like the Lance Stevenson of Pink Diamonds. Look at this. How do you defend this card? How do you defend this card? There's no way to guard this card. Like, he has every tool available to him. Left, right, behind the back, momentum, spin, you know, teleport, behind the back teleport. Like, he's got everything. He's got everything except height. Like, if this character was 6'7", I think he would be better than T-Mac. I'm not even kidding. I've seen a lot of T-Mac footage, and T-Mac is ridiculous, but this card, if he was 6'7", 6'8", it would be no question that he would just be, you know, the very best, the best that ever was. Like, his card is so silly. But we have more stuff to look at. All right, let's look at his leaners. Very nice leaner, very high, big green window because of the difficult shots. Yep. Oh yeah, we got to look at his snatchbacks because he has Space Creator. So these dribbles are very important for him. These dribbles right here. These dribbles are going to get you animations for the character to break. You know, those will get you ankle breaker animations. And we want to look at the launch out of that. So the launch isn't as fast as Jimmy Butler's, strangely enough. Not that it needs to be, because he can do that. So it's not an issue, but it's just worth noting that his launch isn't as fast as Jimmy's out of the snatchback moves. Speaking of coming backwards, let's look at the step back. He has a good step back. It's not amazing. It's not Jimmy's step back, but it's good. And let's look at the step back out of a combo. Very good out of a combo. The only criticism I would have for his step back is it doesn't create the most space. But out of a combo is very quick. You're not vulnerable when you do it. And that's the key thing for me with step backs, is are you vulnerable? You know, the thing I hate about Walt Frazier is if you press square when he's trying to do a step back, it's basically a guaranteed steal. Whereas with Dwayne Wade, while he doesn't have Jimmy's step back, it's something you can use to create some space, particularly out of a combo. But you might have to chain it a few times to get the space you want. I would say out of everything in his arsenal, that's definitely the weakest thing so far. His crossover is very good. Hop dunk is outrageous. Let's look at his layup animations. This guy's an idiot. This is the biggest idiot I've played with so far. This character's dumb. Solid layup. So his forward layup is almost like its own cradle hop layup. Let's see that again. And then his other one is the leading one. Okay, that's interesting. Looking at left-right layups. Ball hand, same side. Yeah, so he protects the ball as he goes up. Might make it harder to strip him. Let's see, different side. Nice. That's his Euro step. He's got a really fast Euro step. People don't talk about how good Dwayne Wade's Euro step was. They act like he didn't do it, like James Harden invented it. But Dwayne Wade's Euro step was always nasty. Yeah, his Euro step is very viable. Oh man, I'm so mad that this card is this good. I'm not, because I like Dwayne Wade, but this card is insane, guys. This is an embarrassment of riches. Like, seriously. So he can hop step in any direction that he wants to as well. So you can like mix it up. Yeah, I don't know what to say. This card is S tier as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to have a Brandon Roy video for you guys in the coming week. I'm in the middle of the Dwight Howard spotlights. So I will, when I do that video, be comparing them directly to see who's the second best two-guard in the game behind T-Mac. Since I do think this card can play both positions. And that's something that neither T-Mac nor Brandon Roy can do. Is this card can play the one. I would even go as far as to say I would probably play him at the one over anybody else. I would start Dwayne Wade at the one and run like Roy and Kawhi at the 2 and 3, and then bring Jimmy off the bench and like Paul George or something. Like, this card is crazy. Is there anything else to see? Let me look at his teardropper, and then we'll look at his dunk packages. Teardropper surprisingly weird. That's a weird teardropper animation. He was pretty good at the teardropper. But he was one of those guys that just had amazing touch overall. Big green window, from what I could feel right there. Yeah. Amazing teardropper. It goes straight up in the air. And it stops him in place. You see how he like stops almost totally in place? It doesn't carry him into the paint. That's what makes a good teardropper animation. You know, that one carried a little bit into the paint, but if you come off at this angle and people are waiting for you under the basket and you don't feel like just dunking on them and embarrassing them, his teardropper is a viable option. All right, so that looks like about it. Let's look at the dunk packages. Right hand, ball hand dunk. That's what I'm going to call it from now on. Ball hand, off ball hand. All right, so we're going to off ball hand. Oh, wow, same momentum. He doesn't even have a gather on his off-ball hand dunks. Now, I remember from the Amethyst that his dunk animations are pretty good. Oh, my God. Look at the speed up on that. I mean, I can't say anything besides just, if you don't have this card, I don't like to recommend cards because this is just giving you guys information, right? Like, different people have different styles, so different cards might be better for some people than others. This is one of the few cards I genuinely feel like just recommending. Like, he's very, very good. Insane dunk animations, great layups, great Euro steps, great hop dunks, some of the best dribbles in the game. I would say every animation is elite if he had Jimmy Butler's step back. If he had Jimmy Butler's step back, I would even lose my mind and say he's better than Tracy McGrady because that's just too many good tools. Between the fact that I started off this video by telling you that this is the most important tool in his arsenal, the hezzy into the jumper, and even if he didn't have that, he would still probably be a S tier card in my opinion. Even if he didn't have this, which is a tool that virtually nobody else at this level has. And keeping in mind his speed, his dribbling, the fact that he's a phenomenal finisher, he's one of the best finishing cards in the game. I mean, just look at that. Look at the direction on that. Oh my lord. Alright guys, I'm going to pull up the chat. Thanks for being patient. But this card is crazy. This card is absolutely bonkers. So if you guys have anything you want to see with this card, let me know. You said, what about Magic the One? Yeah, you can run Magic at the One. You said Wade isn't typically a great MyTeam card. Yeah, I thought the Amethyst was really phenomenal. He had like all the intangibles. Dope D, he cost me about $198. I think that's what I paid for him. And honestly, I think tonight, like if you wait till most people like sleep, you can probably get him for like 150, 160 or something. But I wanted to make the video for you guys, and I have a lot of support on this channel. Shout outs to Drifter for making this easier to do. But so, you know, I'm not gonna nickel and dime cards if I can get the card earlier. I'm not gonna like wait all night and then do the video later. I do want to get this video done before the packs get too stale and old, and while you guys are still deciding what to do with like your MT and your VC if you're opening packs. So, if you're Wally Warriors, welcome to the chat. Smiles, what up, homie? B Wilson, yeah. So this card's insane. I can't say enough good things about it. I'm probably gonna shut down the video. I think we've looked at every element of the card that there is to look at. But oh, actually, we didn't look at the hezzy, the change direction, which I did see it, but we should look at it. So he has one of the glitchiest, fastest changes of directions in the game, as you can see. This is a fantastic move that I've been killing people in the park with, and it also works in Triple Threat Online and MyTeam Unlimited. As you can see, just zigzagging like an idiot. This is almost like the next behind the back, in my opinion. Like, this is the go-to move on the perimeter. And the fact that if you think I'm coming the other way, I can do that with this character. Like, honestly, as good as all of the moves on this character's toolbox are, the fact that you can do either this or that, that's enough. Like, you don't need to do anything more than that. That's what the behind the back allowed you to do. It allowed you to have the decision, am I changing directions? Am I going the same way? Or am I pulling up? That's all you need. Like, that's how to play the card if you're just trying to be a cheeseball idiot, like with low IQ. And if you're in Triple Threat Online and people are off-balling you, just do the teleport. This breaks the computer every time. I literally have not seen the computer react to that in the 1,000 times that I've done it. So just do that and dunk on them until they learn their lesson. And then when they guard you off-ball, you know, have fun. Have fun having your brain fall out of your ear with this character, because this is the dumbest character I've personally played with. I can't speak for everybody in the game. I haven't played T-Mac and Brandon Roy. Brandon Roy's coming. I doubt I'll ever get my hands on T-Mac. But, you know, at least until he's no longer at the very top of the meta. But, yeah, this card is the juice, guys. This is probably the best card I've reviewed, besides, unless we want to count Anthony Davis. But, yeah, I'd put him right in that same class. He's in the, if you're not named Giannis, talk about me class, you know. So that's it, guys, and with no compromises too. He fits into any play style. That's the other thing. You know, if you're running Magic, you can put him at the 2 and still use this card. And if you're running a range extender style point guard, you can use this card. He doesn't force you to compromise your team. That's the thing about Magic and Ben Simmons, is they force you to play their style. Even Giannis to a degree. Giannis forces you to play his style. Whereas this Dwayne Wade card, whatever kind of team you're running, I can't imagine this wouldn't be a good addition to your squad. All right, so that's going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit, oh, how do you teleport? Sorry, Wally, I'll show you that real quick. So when you're running away from the basket, you just press up on the right stick and down on the right stick very quickly. All right, so you have to get yourself into a situation where you're running from the basket directly, and then up and down on the right stick, as long as you have absolute controls. So, boom. There you go. Very, very simple move that anybody can do. The easiest way to trigger it is off of spin moves. So the easiest way to show you is a half spin. Hold back on the stick, and then off of back on the stick, your character will turn around, face the basket, and you can teleport immediately after that, which I did not do, even though I've done it 100 times. There you go. Come on, Dwayne. Now he doesn't want to do it. That's crazy. I just did it 500 times, but now that I'm explaining it, there we go. Nope. This is ridiculous. There we go. I had to wait until he completely faced away from the basket. I was doing it too quickly. There we are. That's how you teleport. All right, that's how you do the behind the back teleport, which is still effective. And keep in mind, you don't have to go to the basket after that either. You can still go to other chains off of that move. So, you know, you can behind the back teleport, and you can still snatch back, you can still shoot, you can do everything else out of it. You don't have to go straight to the basket. It's just if people are off-balling you, the computer, they go to the wrong side, like almost every time, because they don't know what that move is. Like, they're not, when they read your controls, the computer, they don't understand what the behind the back teleport is. So they get lost. So it's easy just to dunk. But if they're sagging off of you and they're guarding the paint with the computer and hoping the computer, like if they're playing their center in the middle of the paint, the behind the back teleport is still good because you can just get a shot off of it, you know. So you can behind the back teleport and just pull up, and the computer will most likely not be in a good position to defend. All right, so thank you so much for watching. This card is absolutely ridiculous. Probably my favorite card in my entire collection, and considering how many Knicks I have, that's saying something. Please thank you for subscribing, for everybody who's already subscribed, and if you haven't, you're enjoying the content, please subscribe, which helps me to make these videos even more so for you guys. I can't say enough how I've appreciated all the support for the channel, and I will continue to do so. Alright, see you in the next one, and peace.